In the middle you can see how I turn my head over to the landing spot. It's very important so you can see where you're going. Give a good old tweak and that will also help you to control your spin better. You spotted your landing, bring your shoulders around and get ready to stomp. Land flat base or slightly on your toe wedge, nicely balanced in the center. Coming flat base as you're doing a straighter, snap an ollie of your tail, bring your shoulders around, spot your landing, land flat base and center balanced.
Switch backside 180, frontside half gap, same thing, you just got different names. Anyways, it's the same thing as a backside 180, only thing you're gonna approach the jump, switch, and you're gonna land regular. I want you to really get into this because we're gonna have a lot more switch backside spins coming up. So get this dialed first and then we can get into other things.
Coming in, switch stance. Get yourself balanced before the takeoff. Coming flat based, grab your board and start turning your shoulders around while you're tweaking. Right here where the training starts, you want to crouch down a little to get ready to snap an ollie. Your body is still straight all the way through the takeoff. In the air, start turning your head towards the spin. Right here, flat base, shoulders straight, pop a nice ollie and start spinning slow. Snap a nice ollie of your tail, start turning those shoulders, grab your board and spot that landing. You might slightly be on your toe wedge on the lip, that's fine, but just stay straight with your shoulders so you don't start spinning too much of the lip. Try to spot your landing when you spin 90 degrees through your legs. If you can, that's going to help you a lot. Release your grab and get ready to land flat base and nice and balanced. Take off from base or slightly from the toes. Start turning your shoulders as well as grabbing your board. Spot your landing, land nice and smooth.
We're gonna go over frontside 360, which is one of my favorite tricks. It's quite a big step from the tricks we've gone through before, as it's your first 360, but don't worry about it. It's pretty straightforward. I'm gonna pinpoint all the stuff you need to know, and I promise you learn this in no time.
Make sure you check the speed first with the straighter. Running, make a few mellow turns to get yourself all set up for frontside 3. Right here you want to put your board in the flat base before the takeoff. On the takeoff, start slightly leaning onto your heel edge to get ready for that frontside rotation. The takeoff all the way through, snap a nice ollie of your tail. Start opening your shoulders towards the frontside rotation and until halfway through, keep looking at straight ahead. Pop a nice ollie, keep checking straight so you get the good view where you're going. Halfway through, check your landing spot and start slowing your rotation. When you give it a little tweak, it's also a good way to slow your spin down a little. Bring your shoulders around, keep your eyes closely on the landing all the way in the end. Try to land in on your flat base or slightly on your toe edge. First, a few setup turns, approach the takeoff on your flat base. Start slightly leaning onto your heel edge. Start turning your shoulders towards the frontside rotation, right out, nice and clean.
Okay, cab 360. I found this trick very hard sometimes as I tend to over-rotate it to 540. What I have found it helpful is to think the last 180 rotation as a backside 180, and that just slows my spin right down.
Okay, you come in switch stance. Take off from your heel edge, and that sends you off to a cap 3. Start leaning onto your heel edge and start opening your shoulders towards the cap rotation. Okay, right here you can see that my shoulders are open a little, which makes my spinning part very easy. Crouch down a little and start leaning onto your heel edge, which comes naturally with the rotation. This trick is easy to spin too fast, so think the last 180 rotation as you're doing backside 180, and that's going to help you slow your spin. Just keep reminding yourself that you want to spin very slow all the way through. Keep looking straight towards the landing as long as you can, as the last part will be blind. Land exactly like you land your backside 180, solidly onto your base. You come in switch, start slightly leaning onto your heel edge, open your shoulders for the rotation, grab your board, and land it like you land your backside 180s.
Okay, we're getting into a switch backside 360. As long as you have a switch backside 180 all dialed, you shouldn't have any problems with it.
Coming in switch, approach the takeoff flat based, pop a nice ollie, which allows you enough airtime for switch backside 3. On the takeoff, your weight is going to shift slightly onto your toe edge. At the takeoff, you start turning your front shoulder towards the switch backside spin. Crouch down for the ollie, follow the tranny all the way through, and snap that ollie of your tail. Have a nice takeoff and let your head lead your body into the spin. Smooth ollie, grab your board, and enjoy the trick. Coming in nice and solid, have a good ollie, keep your head leading the spin, and then you will spot the landing as soon as you come around. After 180, you want to keep your eyes on the landing all the way and land it solid. You're coming in switch, take a few setup turns, smooth ollie off the lip, start rotating while you're grabbing your board, spot the landing and land it solid.
Backside 5s are pretty dope, but in my book harder than the backside 7s. The rotation is fairly easy, but the landing part it gets more difficult as you come around blind and you can land switch stance.
Get set up, you will take off from your toe edge, crouch down so you get a nice ollie, start turning your shoulders and spin around nice and smooth. I'm leaning onto my toe edge and look at my shoulders here. I got them in a position ready to rotate. Then just keep leaning with your head towards the spin to keep your momentum going. Here you can check it out how much I'm leaning onto my toes on the takeoff. Snap a good ollie off your tail, and here you can see my head is already in place that I can see the landing. At this point, spot the landing and you will have already completed the most crucial part of the spinning. A few turns, shift your weight onto your toes, start rotating your upper body towards the spin, grab your board and keep your head leading the spin, spot the landing as early as possible, slow your spin down like you're doing backside 180s, landing on your toe edge just to be safe.
Switch backside 5s are one of my favorite tricks. It's very nice rotation and you can really tweak it on this one. Plus, you're gonna land regular, which means you should have it pretty dialed by now.